Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, I see. So I just need to put the chart into the screen, just in case if someone don't cannot use the microphone.
Okay.
Please write messages. I have the chat on, and I will see every questions.
With the chat on, can everyone hear me all right?
Hopefully this is good. I hear you very good.
Okay, should be all right then. So yeah, this trade from yesterday, I just wanted to make sure that I'm using the imbalances correctly. Obviously, this larger demand area is a 15-minute demand.
Mm-hmm.
So as price approached, we've got some like compression, corrective price action, zigzagging down. We were respecting the small supplies.
Hello.
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 Hello, guys.
Hey
You
mate, how's
already
it going?
started?
I'm just talking about a trade from yesterday,
Okay,
and
okay.
we're going to do some back testing. I just wanted to ask about the imbalances here. So yeah, as I was saying, we are approaching a demand area, respecting supplies, smaller 1 minute supplies. This is what I've marked as my sort of like trend line liquidity.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Had, that's all right. We had a large push down with a very high volume, and then we had it straight away. We had if I just click forward one, we had a very large candle with very high volume, and it created bullish imbalance. So my sort of initial thought was if this holds price to enter there, and as we came back, the volume the volume was really low here, so we had 63,
Okay.
and as I entered on there, and my assumption was that would hold price. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, if bullish imbalance held, it's a, enormous volume. Yes, 500. This is
Yeah,
something crazy. This is from the whole candle, and the imbalance was like you wrote the 80 to the 14.
yeah.
So 80 was this is the bid or ask side.
I've got 80's the bid.
Okay, so broken bearish imbalance. Or
Bullet. Sorry. Yeah, I got it backwards. It's the ask.
okay.
Yeah. Bullish imbalance.
Okay, so for me this is like kind of little logic. If the imbalance is holding, that it means only that the buyers want to still continue. So the entry was completely correct.
Okay.
I would also enter. I remember now the whole situation from the yesterday's chat. Someone asked that you used different support from liquidity grab. It's for sure very good one. Even I would mark also the like 4 or 5 candles in horizontal just before the liquidity grab. Like here, this is also support. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly here, and your markup is very correct. So I would also read this as a liquidity grab and as a joining the buyers which were stronger. Yes, they decrease the volume as a sign that probably really they want to hold the price. Of course, the maybe with lower risk entry could be after breaking the another bearish imbalance, the higher one, the red. But I also love to make aggressive entries. I would probably also enter exactly where you. Then it's a matter, of
Okay.
course, where the price went. I would. You set the TP above the equal highs.
Yes.
I would also be
TP.
aiming that.
Yeah. TP was just at these equal highs here. There was a 5 minute supply that I considered, but I thought the safer TP was the equal highs. This first position, we broke. If I just play it along, we broke the bearish imbalance. So I thought that was a good sign. We then
Yeah, like
uh,
another entry could be here. Yes, the lower risk entry with our criterias.
and then we broke the supply, um, So I thought that was a good sign, but I moved my stop to break even, and then price came back, and I re-entered on this wick. So it came back to mitigate this wick, and then we had so I got stopped out break even. We had very low volume here.
Motion detected at the front door.
Sorry, something like that. We had very low volume on this small doji candle. So I re-entered on the basis that it'd come back to mitigate this wick. So that's where I entered. And then, yeah, obviously did play out, but it was quite slow.
Yeah, it was later part of New York.
Yeah,
But-
so
Extreme. But
Can
yeah,
I say something
the
here?
acceptance should be very high about the stop loss as well to move, because the leg out was huge on this demand. So
yeah.
we needed to accept really big pullback just in case, but it played perfectly. I just have a question for you. If you could show the supply from the first trade, how it looks on the 5-minute time frame.
This supply here.
Yeah, if it was really broken or not.
Yeah, so that
Yeah, it
So,
was
yeah.
broken by wicks. Yeah, strange. Sometimes it's unfortunately happening. Very good that you had break even there without any belief of another reversal. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
looking for a reason why the supply so funny held the price. It's
yeah.
definitely broken, yes. I
But
would-
my use of the imbalances was correct.
Yeah, so every whole reading was exactly with our criteria. Is what I'm saying on the group. So it was both entries could be also correct. Just the managing was here the key, and you did it perfect. But the second trade, it was how many pips? Almost 30, right? Crazy,
27, yeah, 27.4.
amazing trade,
It's 9.1.
beautiful, beautiful, and just after 5 minutes, just missing your TP by 2 pips maybe. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long
Okay. So did somebody else want to ask a question or say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I was yesterday. I was watching the same price level as you just showed, the same trade. It was, but I saw it based on market profile. I saw it here was if you have this tool, you can see here was like a daily POC. You can see a high volume area. A lot of volume was played here, so we could see this like good support, let's say. And for me, this is a good price level to look for a trade. And
Yeah.
exactly on this price level happened, like you showed us, this absorption with high volume. And I think it was a good setup to make a counter trade, because we were on a bearish market on the moment. And also, like Seb said, it was correct with strategy. So I think this was a, let's say, very safe setup. Just you needed to find the correct time to enter the trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just also we cannot forget that anything is working all the time, like 100%. There will be losses, there will be break evens, but yeah, this was very clean. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just still watching the first entry. It was just perfect, perfect one. Yeah, I'm not trading New York session. I am not familiar with the behavior. I just don't like the too high volume. For me, too big numbers are making me scared, and I definitely prefer Frankfurt and London when the market is still not so fast.
Okay.
But it's looking perfect, and the re-entry on absorption with low volume. And what is nice on the thick volume, it shows very high, but it was safe entry for us. Yes, perfect.
Okay, great. So what I will do is I'll go over to my testing.
And just a question to you, Alex. When you are backtesting on TradingView, are you also able to change the time frames without switching this off? Or
Yeah, so what I tend to do is change to the 1 minute time frame
mm-hmm.
and then just go back as far as I can. because I haven't got. So every time each back testing session, I just go back as far as I can and back test. It's relatively recent price action. Say like a month old.
But you cannot go further back, right?
No, well, I don't. It doesn't work properly. Sometimes if you go back too far, so that's where the 1 minute.
Yeah. I understand.
Stops.
I also had this problem when I was using TradingView.
So what I tend to do is I just go from here. So
Yeah, I heard just sometimes some tips like how to load more data. This is sometimes working, sometimes not. Yeah, I'm not so good with TradingView.
so once you've sort of located roughly where it is, then you can change time frames. Absolutely no problem.
Okay.
But if you go back further, sometimes when you change time frames, it just puts you back to the start, back to current price action, and it's incredibly annoying sometimes. So I just, is it okay to go from here, Seb, and just
Yeah, not a problem. Yes, I I cannot remember whole price action from even from last week. This is 1 minute time frame.
Okay, so I mean, not that it really matters. I'd be looking sort of bearish market on very high time frames. So in this sort of situation, I'd probably be looking for shorts at the moment as a preference, but obviously I'd also be marking my demands as well. So we've got 1 hour supply area there. So look, I mean it's very far away, but I would probably mark this one anyway. Up there. We've got some equal highs just inside this supply area.
Yeah.
Very potentially might draw price up there at some point. They'd probably be my main supply areas up there for now. If I get a bit closer in, I would be looking at potentially this area. One of these, we've got increasing volume on this leg out here. It does break some structure, maybe not, doesn't break any strong structure, but I'd definitely mark this one. It does have equal highs above. So, potentially they may get liquidated, potentially. So I think that's what that would be my markup for the supplies.
Yeah.
I would also look at maybe this demand area here on the 1 hour.
Yeah, it looks very solid. I just like when after creating the zone, there's not so far away. How to say this? Not too much time later. Or the first reaction is like we're getting fueled for another rally. So it is one of my favorite demands. How it should look like for me. So very good.
I probably wouldn't mark anything lower here for now. There might be a demand in there, a 15-minute demand zone that I would look at if we get down there. This is all relatively, efficient price action, nothing really of interest.
It's far away.
Yeah, that would be. I suppose we do have some liquidity below there potentially.
Yeah, and just to tell you guys about the absorption, how we can potentially recognize it without real volume. Like here, the first touch with the demand zone as a specific move. Yes, very strong bearish, and then price rejected to make another high. Also, we had this previously like between 15th and 16th at 12. There's the big, huge move down. If you could just move the chart to the left, there's exactly same move. Yes, the completely low. Here's also at the bottom could be the absorption. Yes, price was strongly going down, and then created another high. So this is like rejection from nowhere, and I would mark this just in case as a absorption, and also on your mark demand zone. This could be not only filling the orders, but really absorbing the sellers to getting fuel, and filling the limit orders.
Seb, just to dig a bit deeper into that, because the footprint, it's something that I'm still learning,
Yeah.
as quickly as I can. So
There is a
what would this look like on the footprint? So we'd have heavy selling in this at the end of this candle within this area.
Yes, we'll see heavy selling clusters and also heavy buying clusters. But
Okay.
heavy selling clusters without moving the price lower means that this is high chances that they are really the buy limits orders.
Okay. That
Because
makes sense.
usually when we see strong cluster on a bearish candle at the bottom, like one of the last, the price should go really deeper. And if not, this is the absorption.
Okay, good. That makes sense now. Okay, so in regards to these supplies, this is, for me, this would also, on a lower time frame, be a trend line. I'd be looking for this to get
Wow, many
liquidated.
templates.
So if I just drop down to the 15-minute. So yeah, from here, I probably wouldn't look at any of these supplies here. I'd be looking at this one, hopefully with some it's got some equal highs there. So that's my sort of POI of choice, would be up here at the top of this supply, or below. Within this 1 hour, we've got a 15-minute demand in there as well. So depending on where price goes, they're the sort of I think
zone
they're
inside the
areas
zone.
I'd look at. Okay, so if we just play this forward a little bit.
And I would also mark, these are also, of course, your markups. I'd also mark the horizontal equal lows, like between somewhere around 6 p.m. Or like here, exactly. This low, this is like a
ones here.
small support. But I would mark this also with the closures of candles. Yes, this like price was
Here.
rejecting from here, like typical support. Just in case, yes, while looking for TP, when we are focusing on sell.
Those ones there.
Yeah, something like this. And you can also see on the left, yes, when there's another demand, it perfectly created a support here.
Yeah. Okay.
But overall, the markers are correct, yes, so I'm not surprised that you've got funded. Very good.
So yeah, potentially be looking at this somewhere up here. Let's just play this forward. Let's move. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of liquidity under here. So I'd probably drop down now. So we've got equal highs. Probably should have dropped down a bit sooner. So we've mitigated this. I always look left once I'm on the 1 minute to see if there's any any like POIs. I like to refine it down. I'm not sure if that's something anyone else does.
No, it's very good.
I like
Yes,
to refine it down, so that's a 1 minute. We've got some like inefficiency below. So in my sort of mind, there's a good chance that that might get filled before it moves. So now I'd just be looking. I'd be hoping that this is price will come up here. Let me just mark this. I'm sorry if I'm going slowly or
It's perfect.
I'm a bit out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, this is a very good tip from you that just moving the charts to the left, redrawing some zones, maybe inside bigger supplies, smaller supply, and this is the reason why I took loss in the end of February. I just marked only big demand without checking what is inside, and just took too early entry. So very good to scale this. Yes, M1 is telling us the truth, and very good.
Okay,
A lot of liquidity is here in this chart right now.
So, yeah, we've got some equal highs. They happen to be at Asia high. This blue box is Asia. So this is actually this is where I would be actually trading 6 a.m., 6:30, 7 a.m. UK time. So yeah, we've got Asia high. We've liquidated Asia high, equal highs. We've taken the highs. This is compression, would you say, Seb?
Yes, looks like. Yes, and also prices above the resistance, so it looks nice.
Okay, so now.
But we have already marked the M1 supply. Yes, there's still some chances that it can go because it's not so far.
Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. This to be filled, maybe a tap into the M1 supply, and then I'd be looking for my entry, depending on price action.
What a mess! I don't remember this day.
Okay, so.
And what day is that? This is 21st.
21st of Feb. Ooh. So I probably mark this as a potential liquidity grab again.
Yeah, and this is the hellish scenario right now. Yes, when we are waiting for a sell and massively one by one another resistance, another one, and then supply is broken and we missed a lot of time. It's sometimes happening. I hate these days, and we cannot endless markup in the liquidity areas.
Okay, I was expecting it to go up further then. That might be just a liquidity grab. Let's see. Okay, so looking at this right now, I'd say demand.
Demand held the price. Yeah.
Demand's probably holding at the moment. Potentially that is a liquidity grab. I don't know. I've seen some really minor liquidity grabs recently on GU. Right, so that demand is held at the moment. Okay, so
hard.
So we've got a very high volume liquidity grab.
Yeah, and this is just after opening of London, right?
Yeah, this is 8:15, okay. So it's a good time for this to happen. I think this is a good trade idea at the moment. We've got Asia high, equal highs. We've liquidated those. We've got some compression. We've got a liquidity grab. Mitigating.
Yeah, this definitely just by a week. Yes, this huge week means how strong sellers. Probably on the footprint chart we could see here very heavy red clusters, right? Too big week to be just to mean nothing, right? So for me this is the liquidity, as you said, very good. Yeah, should looks like clean.
Yeah, so I've got two sort of approaches here because I'm not brilliant at the footprint. I would potentially enter aggressively, or I would wait because I always during my testing I found GU likes to mitigate wicks. Like this, it might come up to tap this wick or do something to it.
Yes,
So
if
I
there was
don't-
absorption, it is good also to see the retest as a safe entry. I fully agree. Yes, I'm just commenting up with the footprint. Yes, how it could be.
Yeah. So on the footprint, if price came back into here, it would be to retest absorption.
Exactly. So
Right,
like
okay.
filling the left orders and of course with decreasing volume as always.
Okay, so I would potentially look for a break of structure, maybe here. Let's make that red, or maybe something like that, broken. Or I would wait for the retest. Or, safer entry, I could potentially wait for this low to be broken as well.
Yeah, because
so
maybe the demand still want to hold the price. Just we need to be sure if the game is worth the risk. Yes, if there's good enough distance to aim just to this demand or really lower to see the price out of supply. Because if this is like 5, 7, 8 pips, I would not be looking for setup.
Okay, so, this minor demand here that broke the structure is still holding at the moment.
What a massive price action! Great day, yes. One big range in supply.
Okay, so again, I'd be reluctant right now. There's a small demand there. That's rejected price. So I'd still be a little bit reluctant. Would I enter on that? 'Cause I don't know if anyone else does, but I use inside bars quite a lot.
No.
So I might enter. I might enter if volume was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I potentially would place an entry here. Volume was increasing. It's difficult with tick volume. The volume's lower. It's what I would do is I would probably have one position here with 3 pip stop. If the volume was low enough, it has decreased. But I would also,
Yes,
I'd be happy to
always
take another.
the first idea is always the best. They like the weak, yes. You see
Yeah.
your stop loss is just below your the first idea of entry.
That would be my preferred entry,
Mhm.
something like that.
And the TP is the worth.
So TP, if we've swept the high of Asia, I would probably pick the low, Asia low, or just inside, maybe the
Wow.
small demand here. But that's 11. That's a bit greedy. I don't know. I would probably target Asia low if this was a live trade, but I would also
Oh, I would aim like here.
I would take a partial here.
I'm bigger pussy. I don't like. Yes, it's about our personality. How long we want to hold the trade.
So
Nice.
yeah,
one.
so what I would enter here because I know what I'm like. I'd be scared of missing it.
Mhm.
And if I get stopped out, I would happily re-enter somewhere around there. But I'd like to see reducing volume. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
just,
then the loss could be covered, right?
Yeah.
With
So that's just,
such a big risk reward.
okay,
What is
so-
that?
go.
Crazy.
Right. So I would have taken a loss on the first one. But I would have been tagged in. So I'll just delete that so it's a bit cleaner. I would have been tagged.
I have a question here.
Yep.
You can see that now the volume is rising also on this fib of the wick, on this last bearish engulfing candle. Would you still consider to enter the second position, or would that like scare you off?
I probably would have entered this with a limit order. The first one would have been market, and I would have had a limit on the wick.
Okay.
That's just the way I trade. So I try and confirm. So this would have been my trying to confirm with volume. Volume had reduced. I was happy to enter, but I would have had another entry up here. And sometimes I split my risk across the two positions, so I have half my risk on one and half on the other. Because I just don't know if it's correct.
Yeah, for me, right now in this exactly that moment, the volume is very high.
Yeah,
and
that's just
strange price action. I don't remember completely anything like this.
Let's have a look at the next candle. So, maybe I should have waited. There's a low volume doji there, which that's probably the perfect time to go in at market. A low volume doji, we've mitigated this wick, we've had a liquidity grab, we've filled the imbalance, we've got M1 supply inside 15-minute supply in a 1 hour. I've got pretty much.
Yeah, this whole story makes sense. Yes. So that's the plan.
Nice reaction, but low volume. Oh, horrible.
Yes.
It's really strange price action, yes.
Oh, what happened?
Australian dollar, yes, switched there.
Oh, I was so nervous about that trade. Where's it gone? See, we're going to know what happens now. Replay somewhere. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, nothing bad.
That's just something that happens with TradingView sometimes. So. Right, let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay, so let's just play that a little bit. I think we've got the. I would hate this in a live trade. Just we have broken a little bit of structure though, so let's have a look.
This is longest trade.
Yes.
And I have one more question. If you see a scenario like this, and you are in profits, but when you look a little bit on the left and you see there is a lot of equal highs, would you still hold the trade?
Yeah, personally, once I've ticked off all my checklist, if it loses, it loses.
Yes, I'm doing exactly the same. Yes, I'm looking only what was just before my entry. If during my trade the price is creating equal highs, equal lows, I am continuing just controlling my stop loss. Should be of course in profits, because the key is our entry criteria. Yes, what's happening in the trade, this is just our managing. But I would, with this price action, I'm not sure if I want to be on this trade because it's very scary. And yes. There's nothing worse than ranging market after your entry.
Yep.
It needs a lot of good nerves.
Okay, well
okay, now it's looking good.
Definitely better, yes. And for
way,
example, here we have price just after break of structure. The first one made some kind of resistance, equal highs, and my stop loss would be there. As there's what time is it? Between 10:30, 11 is a big break of structure. Price definitely rejected.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would.
Oh, exactly here when you have your cross, I would set my first stop loss, for example. Yes, this is very important to move. Here we have equal highs. Maybe price still want to take this. Who could know? But extremely good trade. I'm not sure if I would be in this one like 3 hours. Crazy. But vision is correct. It's perfect.
Yeah, I would take a partial there at this low, and then yeah, like Seb said, move my stop loss and just see what happened. I tend to target Asia low, like I said, if the highs are taken. But I've played this trade many times with a sweep of Asia. That was close.
What's this 1 pip to TP?
There we go.
Okay, nice.
Well, what a day, yes, what a week's of very
Crazy
bad
trade.
price action. And also, so long time in the supply, so ranging market is also bringing some little risk of breaking this. This ranging after entry. Is this about our nerves? How many times in minus we can accept, yes, after our entry? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times price came back to
That's
being
horrible.
in. This is very bad. It's just a matter of big belief if the price will do what we expected. But extremely
Yeah.
good trade. It was 1 to the 12. Wow. I made in this week 10%, yes, and your one trade could be 12. 12 are crazy.
Oh, I feel a bit more relaxed now. I was stressed out when during that. So from here now, I would just I just see what happened. I just continue. We've broken structure, so we do have a supply just there. We have respected this demand, so maybe we're going to come up to mitigate because these higher time frame equal highs up here. So I would potentially look at
Yeah, so just I need to ask the others if is here anyone who didn't understand the entry from Alex or the whole trade idea. If you want to, you can also write this on the chat. I have still opened it. Just want to be sure that we all understand what's going on, what Alex is saying.
I understood. I would take the same trade just based on this how it's called footprint, but Alex showed us how he's doing without it. But I think if we would have an insight of the footprint, the result would be the same or at least similar.
Yeah,
After a big liquidity grab, there was absorption, and Alex put very good his stop loss above the structure, so his stop loss was never hit, and the trade was amazing. So in
Balls
my
of steel,
end,
yes.
everything is clear.
Wow. Very, very. Yeah, it was just dangerous. Yes, for me personally, I'm not sure if I would hold this, but played
Yeah, me
extremely
also.
well.
Me also.
well,
Very big balls.
Yeah.
that's one of my all-time favorite setups. Is a sweep of Asia high. If that's swept and we tap into some sort of POI, that can be, that's a really high win rate trade. I found anyway. So yeah, so if I carry on for a little bit, I'd be looking at this demand area. I'm not sure if I'd trade it because we've mitigated this 1 hour supply and we're pushing down, so I'm not 100% sure whether I would. I just don't like either of those wicks, both sides.
Yes, probably this was not news, but New York Open, or where it is.
Yeah, approximately. Yeah, it's 2 p.m. my time. So yeah, yeah, just after New York Open.
Do you trade all sessions?
Um, personally, I tend to trade just in the morning. But I do, if I've got a trade running or if I'm working a night shift, then I might trade in the afternoon when I'm less tired.
Mhm.
Well, we've sort of broken structure here. Maybe there would have been. I'm just not happy with where everything is at the moment.
Yeah, just touched by a week the demand. But what was in this day? This is really just need to check on calendar.
I've checked. This is Friday of
No, this
21st of January, right?
February. This is Monday.
Ah, February.
So Monday.
February.
Yeah, I'm not trading Mondays, but now I know why.
I can
Okay,
also-
so it's 8 o'clock now, so I'm just going to speed this up.
Yeah.
It's 8 p.m. in the chart, so
It was February of 21st, right? Am I correct?
Yes. This is
It
21st
was
February.
USD bank holiday.
Aha, that's why the price was so strange.
Fuck, nice catch on
Yeah.
holiday, really.
yeah. So I forwarded it too much there. Obviously, we know what's going to happen next with PC Object.
Yeah.
Obviously, the demand I marked up earlier. It's worth having a look. We know what would have what's going to happen, but let's just go back a bit more and see what sort of price action we get. So yeah, I've marked this up already from earlier. We do have, there's a lot of liquidity down there. I've refined it down to a 15-minute. Now I'd be looking, well, to see what happens really.
So we are now just after London opening time, right?
So this is just after London, so it's
Yeah.
perfect trading time. We've got a supply
Very good.
that's holding, so I wouldn't be looking for a long right now. I don't think, especially we haven't tapped this 15-minute demand. Okay, so we've broken that 1-minute supply or a 1-minute break of structure. There is another one here. Let's have a look on the 5-minute. Right, so we've got 5-minute supply there, which might hold price.
And also another supply and another. Yeah. Not so big distances between zones.
That's strange. It's wicked into the supply on the 5-minute, but it hasn't touched it on the 1-minute. I'm not sure why that is.
The bigger time frame always projects it because it's lagging in price. So
Okay.
I do it with the daily candle. If you go past 10 p.m. UK time, it projects the next daily candle. So you have to do it all by time frame. So if that 1-minute candle, you would play that until the 5-minute closure.
Okay.
So if this is maybe
Yeah.
like 3 minutes before the 5-minute closure. So it'll project it in the future.
Cool. Cheers,
Yeah.
Harry. That makes sense.
No worries, Bob.
So small supply there. We're obviously going to go into this 5-minute supply. So let's see what happens. I would actually I'd probably look for a short here. I feel stupid saying it because we already know what's going to happen, but I would look for a short here to at least take out this low. I'm just going to stick it on. Obviously, it doesn't mean a lot because we probably know that it's going back down.
Yeah,
there.
just when we are looking for entries, without pattern, just from the zone. Maybe this is kind of very shy compression, but there's need to be decreasing volume, definitely decreasing. Yes, this is like an entry from imbalance level. Here the volume is still high, and this is maybe beginning of rally, like really creating new high to reach the high upper zone. Yes, I hope you know what I mean. Yes, this,
Yeah,
all the
absolutely.
time, without the pattern, only the decreasing volume. Yes, here is something is going on. But okay, yes, let's try.
Let's just see what. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Yeah, there we go. So let's just move that over there.
Yes, it was like reacting with the demand which broke the failed supply.
Yeah. Well, I can't really see an entry here.
No way. Yes,
Really?
for me the risk all the time was here. So many supplies. Yes, it was the perfect dropping market with creating all the time zones close to each other. Yes, so if someone was looking for entry as a buy, there's a very small safe TP. Yes, like few pips waves. This is very. I just don't understand this price action after this bank holiday.
No. So we've got a couple of failed supplies. There might be
Yes, even on the left, the Asian high wasn't taken.
no.
Yeah,
So,
just created resistance.
yeah, there is another extreme 5 minute supply there. So probably reacting off that right now. But at this point, I might look for a 5 minute confirmation entry, or we haven't really broken any structure though. These are two areas I might look at. I don't know if anyone else would, look at something similar in this situation. So straight through the first one.
Yeah, and still you have the demand lower. Yes, the M15 is still not touched.
Yeah. So this could be.
This is
could
just
be going
demand
down.
above demand. Oh
There we
damn!
go. So
Big jump.
we've completely mitigated this M15 demand
Yeah.
inside the 1 hour. So probably now is the correct time to look for a long.
Would you now again mark this week?
I'd definitely mark the wick. It obviously doesn't always come back, and it's a big one. So I couldn't. It'd be difficult to get. I mean, how many is that? 52. So it'd be a 6 pip stop even if I used the 50% mark. So I certainly wouldn't put a limit on that. But I definitely mark it and see what happened. So get rid of that. So we've got high volume liquidity grab. We've taken out these
Secret lows, yes.
lows here. So that's
Yeah,
that's
so
a
all
great,
makes sense.
beautiful liquidity grab. So that is a good indication the price is going up. We've taken all the liquidity out of this demand. A good reaction, it's holding. We've got high volume bullish candle. We have reacted off. Well, it's not really. It's very good supply, but let's see. Right. Right, so at this area, I'd be looking for reduced volume. Let's just try and we do have some corrective price action from here. There might have been, a couple of liquidity grabs here, maybe potentially here. So, and then we've done another one. Supplies held. So this would be what I'd be looking at now, and I'd like to see a low volume candle. We've got increasing tick volume, so right, we're decreasing volume, a doji candle inside bar as well. I would probably enter that on the closure, and I just go for a 3 pip stop.
And if the price goes lower, you will just re-enter.
I would look at re-entering. Not. I actually was on the 5 minute time frame anyway, so I should have been on the 1 minute. So we've got increasing volume. It's difficult.
Yeah, and that's why it's very bad that we haven't re-volume on the trading view.
Yeah.
Because it's sometimes confusing. Yes, I was trading like this with tick volume whole year, and this is sometimes giving wrong signals.
Well, we've got, so from here where it touched the 50% mark, we've got reducing volume. It might not be dramatically reducing, but it is quite low, and this is a low candle. So yeah, I mean, we've got reducing volume on the 50% mark of the wick that swept liquidity. So that's where I would enter. I mean, I know this is pointless because we know what's going to happen, I think, but that's sort of what I would be looking at for my entry. See, it's come all the way back down. So yeah, it's come all the way back down. So I didn't actually expect that.
And here, would you move stop loss during this first trade somewhere, or just completely hit the loss?
Yeah, I'd just I wouldn't move it that far.
No. This is definitely completely wrong setup. The price is going 8 pips in minus. This is hopefully not good for us.
That'd be a loss for me.
But could you just zoom in this a bit bigger to see if there were any possibility to zoom in? Sorry, wrong word. To see if there were any chance to move the stop loss.
So
not so clean.
No.
Yeah, there's no clean demand like to move. Maybe to reduce from 3 pips to 1.5 pip.
Yeah.
But nothing better.
No. So
no chances. Yeah. So it was just a loss.
Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if I would enter. I would probably at this point I'd take the loss and I would look for a confirmation entry probably. So I'm pretty sure from what we saw earlier, it is going to go long. I would probably wait for a break of this 1 minute swing structure.
Yes, because there was on the left supply, which unfortunately held the price.
So yeah, I would just wait now for that most likely, and then that's more horrible price action.
Yes, perfect week. You choose great dates.
Okay, so maybe I didn't mark it very well, the 1 hour. Maybe it was further down. Still, that should be a stop hunt most likely. Just a wick down below demand, take out some stops. It has created equal lows again. So maybe it's just future liquidity. Potentially, or maybe that's why it went down there. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, just tapped this. Insane.
Yeah, just created equal lows. we did break structure, so yeah, I would be looking at
Yeah, but you see on the left where you had previously your arrow.
yeah,
Just on the previous high. Oh, here exactly, and more on the left there's a buy for a sell. This is just another supply. Yeah, this one which held the price. I think that this could be the important area to see the break of structure, because this is the last supply just above demand.
okay. So
Just my idea, of course. Yes,
yeah, no, that's just what that's all good. It's all good.
this is
To hear.
definitely solid leg out.
Yeah, so I'd be looking now for. So we've broken structure, we've broken M1 supply. So I'd mark sort of my demand areas, and I would look for an entry somewhere here. I do find that if it does come back, it does like to go to the extremes. So we've got some sort of liquidity there. We've got another demand area. There. So I'd personally be looking for an entry there. We've got failed supply, broken M1 structure, and let's just see if we get.
Yeah, so it was one big accumulation. Wow.
Yeah. It very well.
Wow.
I'd be struggling to get into continuation here. Yeah, potentially this one. Anyone else? Anyone got any like continuation entries here? That
Not a safe one.
no.
I've been playing around with kind of like what true order flow is in the market. To see a lot of times when you were taking entries, the reason why they were failing is, so if order flow is truly bearish, every time it leaves an up close candle with an imbalance, these are like high probable kind of like order blocks. So until one of them is violated, then order flow will respect the candles on the way down. Until like one of them's broken on like the M15 or the M5, then usually order flow will then switch. They will create the order flow until they run liquidity, and then that's when they look to turn and kind of break through these order blocks. So every time like price is coming down, you'll see that every time there's an aggressive move down an order block and an imbalance, the up close candles are respected all the way down. And that's kind of like what true order flow is. Because institutions they'll enter in the imbalance, so they don't let people come all the way up to the top of the entries. Like us, we play supply and demand, so that gives us entries to get in, whereas they're running aggressively all the way down. So usually when you come down to the M1, you usually get lost a little bit. So if you keep following down like M5 or M15 until one of them is violated, and then when that is violated through, on the flip side of that, the area that leaves either the last down candle or a nice kind of down candle with an imbalance, that'll be your re-entry to the flip side.
Okay.
If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's been, that's what I've been kind of back testing loads and loads just now, over and over. And if you follow price all the way down on an M15 or a 1 hour, every up candle will be respected all the way down that leg. None of them will be violated until this run up. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you could maybe see this down candle, the bullish order block demand zone at the bottom there on the H1.
This one here?
Yeah, that's more of a high probable area because of the imbalance above it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Price will come back to that. It may not come back straight away, but it'll look to build liquidity and then most likely will come back to these zones. Yeah, if that kind of helps.
Yeah, so Yeah, oh no, it does. So yeah, I'll just wait now. Really, it's in pretty much in no man's land. So we'll see if it comes back to where I'd like to enter. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So okay, so 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Okay, so we've got. I'd still be looking at shorts here. Yes, we've reacted from a demand, but we're also coming out of H1 supply. We've got equal highs over here. You know, we've got a good leg out on this. Let's get rid of that now. I don't need that. A good leg out, broken some good areas of structure, broken a few demands. So yeah, it's a good area to short from. We're above Asia. 25 pips above Asia roughly if we get there. So yeah, it's a good area. Got some more equal highs.
And this is sometimes I'm becoming some questions how I know what to look for, buys or sells when I'm opening the platform. As right here, yes, price is just below the supply, so the main focus should be only on sales. And I hope this makes sense, yes, just patience game to the bigger zone. I will be also looking with you right now from sell. But yeah, when we are talking about price action, but I just checked why I don't recognize these moves, because it was the beginning of Putin's decisions.
Right.
I just feel completely blind now. Usually I remember some moves or some trades I took, but I just checked my Instagram when I was trading, and it was now it's the Wednesday, and Tuesday was the first announcement about invasion. So bank holiday, then invasion, and now it's Wednesday. So that's why the price action is so messy and so ranging or sharp moves. I would be usually scared, yes, because of with knowledge that what is happening. But with price action right now and markups, this is correct to look only for sells.
Okay, so let's have a look. If a small demand, see if it holds. There's quite a lot of demands in that sort of area. I'm just going to see if we get to the supply. So potentially you may come and back down first.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking maybe liquidity from the equal lows.
Yeah. But maybe this is the time we're going to come back down here first. Let's have a look. So
incredible, missing sell opportunity, yes.
Yeah, I would have probably got in some of these just using order flow. This is something I would enter. The next one is something I would definitely look at. Yeah, and this is just basic order flow. So everyone, you all know about that. Breaking lows, new supply. So there's some good entries there. Not saying I would have taken them, but it's during my trading hours, so it's a good chance. But now, we have a very rough trend line. So potentially somebody is going to trade that if it comes back up. So a nice retail confirmation. Would I get an along here? We've got equal lows. Just inside demand. I would like them to be liquidated first before looking. Okay, so we have taken liquidity, increasing volume. It might go a bit deeper, so look. Okay, so what do you think, Seb? What about if there was a good indication on the footprint of absorption here and maybe a bearish imbalance? Would you consider entering here?
Yes, these two candles together, yeah, the actual one and the previous one, they had perfect opening and closure, so I would say that this is the big rejection candle. Yeah, like just small body on top and a huge leg out. So something stopped. Yes, this is like how to describe this. To be sure, we need to know the volume of the bearish candle. Exactly this one. Tick is high, but
Yeah.
I would say that this is rejection. So big rejection, so big weak. If we compare these two candles, could mean the absorption.
Okay, well, let's just see what happens.
So for safe entry, of course, retest of absorption. But we need to see if the
Yes,
support is once again broken to the upside. It could be maybe aggressive entry.
Aggressive could be if you mark this bullish candle on 50%.
Yeah, exactly.
Enter.
Could
Okay,
be
well,
very
let's say
aggressive.
Let's say we got the confirmation on the footprint. Let's take a look. 3 pip
Stop
stop.
loss below the structures.
And I would aim, for example, like the area 35700.
3.5.
Yeah, I'm my TPs are definitely lower than yours.
But what I tend to do is I might pick a structural high because I believe price is coming up here. I'm not sure if it's a good approach, but then I would close half here at the structural high. That's how I generally play it. So I take off half the position, and then it'll be risk free. I banked half, and then potentially the other half might make 18R or potentially.
Yeah, for me this could be also another absorption because the looks like break of structure on your 50% partial level. It looks like buyers taking control, but it failed, completely failed, and price made another low. So something happened in this area. That's why this would be just my TP, but not looking safe. Yeah, we have equal lows in our stop loss area. Beautiful. This is one of the best moments.
It's also it's outside my trading hours anyway. Really, 4 o'clock. That's after 4 p.m. So, I wouldn't have taken that trade. But so that we would have taken a loss on that one.
So this is I'm just making notes. We took at first one loss, and then you you took the 1 to the 12, the huge sell, and this is the third trade, or something was before.
I think it's a third trade. A couple of ones we messed around with, but yeah, the third.
Yeah, 2 on Monday, and Tuesday probably nothing clean, right? It was missed opportunity.
Yeah.
No, there were not another loss, yes, before. This is probably really third trade.
Right, so we've got a failed H1 demand. Broken structure as well. So it could come down a bit further. But I definitely wouldn't be looking for a long, I don't know how I'd get in here. Let's just take a look.
Yes, it's a second deep invader on this demand. So not looking very good for zone.
Okay. So yeah, I did expect price to come back up here, but it didn't. So it just sold off from here. We do have another demand area, but I think sells are the safer option at the moment. I just can't seem to find one. So on a higher time frame, this is a liquidity grab potentially.
And zone is huge.
Yeah, very big zone. We've got a 15-minute right at the base. So I'd be looking potentially some longs from here. We've got a failed demand, 15-minute supplies. I would like to short from would be maybe this one. I need to tidy up my trading view templates. And there's obviously this extreme one up here. So yeah, potentially price is going to come back up here with broken structure. We're currently in demand. So that's been mitigated. Let's have a look on the 1 minute. Right, should we try again? See if we get another failed demand.
So this is still before Frankfurt.
Yeah, so this would be sort of coming up to my trading hours, sort of 6 a.m.
I don't like when price is so deep in the zone. This is always dangerous.
Yeah.
I prefer definitely when we are talking about demand, when the move or liquidity grab is in the first half of the zone, and same as with supply, as the lower half of the zone. It's so deep that price is playing just around the lower edge is nothing nice, because I don't feel so good. For example, right now,
Yeah.
and probably this day I took a loss also on 22nd. Yeah, this is 24th. Yeah.
Right, so at the moment, we're expecting the supply here.
Definitely big leg out.
Yeah, from the liquidity grab. There's no reason for it to go past here now unless we're just going short again. So let's see what happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
did that break structure? Probably not. potentially. Would you class this as a break of structure sell?
Yeah, I don't like when
If it's high
that
volume,
the
very
supply
heavy?
held the price. Yes, we are talking about liquidity grab when we are sure that this is powerful move. Yeah, of course, with footprint we see the broken imbalances, but without footprint, it would be nice to see the broken zone. But it looks like not liquidity grab, but supply is holding. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just right now looking for counter trend. And yes, what I don't like is that so deep invader on this demand. You see once again rejection from supply. So we cannot classify this as a liquidity grab. Yes, it was just leg out. Second retest. Now this rejection took the weeks before, so maybe this is just sell area. Yeah, buy demand, yes.
That's another demand. I'm struggling to the areas where I'm selecting. Price just to be going back there. Maybe the better trade in this situation would have been a short from this 5-minute supply.
Yes, and this is then the personal big belief if this is safe to look for a sell from small supply just above big demand, yes. But in other case, the demand was after deep invader, right? So it was ping pong game for me, very risky. As two opportunities in one moment, looking for buy or sell with same price action. So I wouldn't touch this, but I touched. I took a loss. I remember this day, and yeah, we are still learning our mistakes.
Well, it just, I think I do remember this now as well. It just keeps on going. So we've got a nice area of demand there. Does anybody else want to have 20 minutes? I've been talking a long time now.
Yeah, we are here 1 hour 20 minutes already.
Does anybody else want to? Because I've done.
I think before we set up the charts and everything, it will be too late. I think. What do you think, Seb?
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, we can do one person per day. I just want to, when everyone who has interest for a Zoom call, we can next time work also in same group. So we shouldn't be so shy. We can learn. We can how it is. Like a small group of friends, yes. It's when we are longer in same group, we become more confident in talking and feeling. And I believe that the second time with exactly same group of 5 people, it should be for another person easier to make a back test.
That is a great idea.
So I don't want to make every single time in small groups of new 5 people, just like small classes, yes.
Okay.
But you are doing great. I like the waiting for setups and confirmations, and you draw the money lines differently. I like this way with like a trend lines, not only horizontal. It all makes sense. Yes.
So yeah, we've got some inefficient price action here. If it's going to reverse, this would be a nice area for it to. We've got a break of structure. It's a good leg out with some, and it's left some inefficiency there, a fair value gap, whatever you want to call it. So let's drop down a little bit. Let's see if we get any sort of trade setup. So, do I have a 5-minute supply there?
It is heavy.
Yeah, it's I can't remember which one because it just dropped off the face of the earth, didn't it? I can't remember which one held.
Yeah, and this is very hard with our strategy as to how to join the big strong trend. I'm always focused mostly on reversals, the aggressive reversals. So
Yeah.
when I see dropping market, I'm looking for aggressive entry to take a buy. This is very strong market, very bad conditions.
Okay, so that's another failed.
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So yeah, there's just no way of getting in that unless you get in at the top.
Yeah, just like falling knife and that's it.
So yeah, from this point now, I'd be looking at the 4-hour demands. Currently sat on one now. There is some liquidity, lower time frame equal lows under there. I would mark that one. So these would be my two 4-hour demand areas. Both good, both with a decent leg out, both with inefficiency above. So they'd be my areas on this time frame. That doesn't normally happen. So let's get rid of that one. Right, let's just see where.
Yeah, far away from them and wow, yeah, not so. It was quick, quick move. No, this is crazy. Yeah. How to join? Yes, how to join the market. This is definitely panic. Yes,
Right. So not a very nice tap. Obviously, you know, it does happen, doesn't it? It does sometimes tap it and go. I'd be interested to see if this supply holds. And it doesn't.
yeah.
So, do you think you would have been able to get in here, Seb, or would you not take it with
With current market conditions,
tap?
not so. Yeah, just a tap on demand. I took loss because I took the trade too early. Yes, I just forgot about my rule that it's better to see a bit deeper. Yes, not so deep, like second part of the month, but just in the first half of zone, it just touched. So personally, I would not take this or not looking for this.
I may look at that, but again, it's a crazy market. Just have a look on the 5-minute. You know, there's a buy to sell here, sort of buy to sell area.
Yeah, this is the supply.
5-minute. That's probably a 15-minute supply. Just change this that one so it's red. Let's play along a little bit.
So now we are at Friday. Okay. Yes. No, this is. But it's good to look for opportunities. There's marking zones, and if these are invalid or not safe setup, just to delete. So it's patience game. Just the week was very strange.
So let's have a look. We're in my trading hours now, roughly 6 a.m. So this would be my 1 hour demand. We're below Asia, got some liquidity. We've had a M5 supply fail, so I'd happily go long from there. got some inefficiency. Got, let's have a look for, is that the closest? Let's get rid of that. So we've got a couple of supplies here. This looks like a buy to sell. I sometimes use a tick volume, the fixed range. And let's bang on. So we've got a buy to sell here, which breaks these equal lows. Tick volume saying it's, so that'd be sort of like my choice of H1 supply. Obviously keep in mind that I've got one above as well with some more imbalance. So yeah, they're the two areas I'll be looking at on this day. Let's take it back a little bit. Change to 5 minute. Okay, play that along a bit.
Boom.
Okay, so
Here's the gap in the market. Probably yes. This Monday's opening.
yeah, there is quite a few equal lows. So what time are we on now?
So
Half
can I
10.
suggest just if we would just analyze this day as the last one? It's the sixth day of the
Okay.
yeah. You know, we made completely from Monday to Friday, and now this is the end of month. And on MetaTrader, this whole big leg out, shown here as a bearish candle, was one huge gap. Yes, probably you remember this. It was 100 pip drop.
Well, I mean, would anyone have been able to get in here? Maybe.
No.
No?
Yeah, it was like the one of my rules also is do not try to fill the gaps, especially after 100 pip difference. It is not something obvious that all gaps need to be filled.
Okay, that's not really moving anywhere.
Yeah.
So we had this 15-minute. It's not a brilliant supply, but there is a supply there, which is holding price at the moment. Okay, so I don't think we've had one successful long today, have we? So let's just quickly mark that as my M15 demand. We've got inefficiency. You know, we have taken out liquidity with this whole push down. So let's go to the 1 minute, see if we've got anything. So let's just play it forward a little bit. Okay, well, essentially that was your liquidity grab. All we've done is fill the imbalance just directly above the 15-minute.
Yeah, it also marked this as a support as liquidity grab. Just small candle, but I would say this is a very small accumulation.
So like that. So we've got a very small buy to sell here, which was broken. let's just mark it with this one. So potentially could look at this candle. It's high volume, very high volume push up, but then we've got high volume here as well. It is difficult with this tick volume.
Yes.
But right, it is reducing. Would I enter on that candle? Is it low enough? What do you think?
Hey,
Don't like the imbalance
what I
below.
see is just the big increasing in volume.
So
Yeah, personally, for me, the volume is high, and the markup is correct, but this is still on the. I'm not sure about the demand zone. If just the top is
yeah.
something safe.
Well, let's just see what happens on this one. So we've still got reducing volume, all the way down to there, and then an increase on the bullish one. Let's just let's just place an aggressive entry, see what happens. It's a massive. There's no way of getting a good stop on that though, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean it's not high. It's not high probability with all this below. But let's just see what happens. There you go. It could be this order block here that is going to hold price, or we are going for a deeper invader, as Seb says.
Yeah. Yes. My all losses usually are because I'm taking just by top of the zone, and because of wrong markup or because of forgetting this rule. Gasper is sleeping. I heard this.
I need one more coffee now. It's time.
Yeah, and then it was for me unfinished compression, bit deeper than the
Yeah.
first step, but unfinished compression is no leg out to the down. Yeah, I'm very picky with setups, but
I couldn't have got an entry there, really. I can't see it. It's just a large accumulation or redistribution.
Yes, and we need to know that the market in this time was acting very crazy. So the first trade you took was really good, and everything, and then all this situation
And Putin
started to happening, and it's hard to trade under these circumstances. So I think you did really good.
yeah, and this is perfect. And we analyzed over 1 week, and as you see, Alex, there's no need to trade every day, right?
No.
Especially with funded account. Just looking for safe setups. Yeah, it was like 2-3 losses. One because of me, sorry, and but the one trade was like results for a whole week. Yes, this is 1 to the 12 is something great. So just analyzing, watching, redrawing zones. This is like combining. Very, very good job. Yeah, sometimes we can see plenty of trades every day, yes, but this is no need. Just looking for something what is safe. And oh, now it's deeper invader, but if this is safe, I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure either. So, liquidity grab, buy to sell. We've bought, we've enticed some buyers in, pushed the price down, taken everyone's stop losses. Let's see if we get an entry. Okay, so Doji right on the edge of the demand. Obviously, who knows what the volume was doing. we had, this push down,
And
really
it's
high volume.
Opening of London right now.
So let's have a look. Potentially, it's just the tick volume. It's difficult, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and especially with from so small takes like 2 hours before from so huge now, and yeah, the real volume is so easy to read. The bars are different, yes, and
Just on price action alone, with no real volume, that could have been an entry there. Liquidity grab, break of structure, mitigated the demand. That could have been a nice entry, but obviously there's no real volume. Target in Asia high.
yeah, a long one, but
Okay.
played perfect. Yeah, another one to almost 1 to 12. Yes, or, yeah, let's say 1 to
So
11.
that's just price action, doji, edge of demand, M1 break of structure, come down. I would hope that there was low volume at that area. And with footprint, maybe you can get a smaller stop. So maybe you get a 3 pip stop. So that'd be 1 to 21. But that's it, guys. That's sort of that's how I do it.
And this is insane. Yes, 2 weeks or 1.5 week of analyzing. 3 losses or 2 losses, let's say, and 12% in 1 week, 11% here, or RR. Perfect. Yes, this is with so big account as you have now, the funded one. There's no need to really
Big money.
to trade all the time, to be too greedy. 1 trade a week or 2 trades a week like this with so nice setup. I'm just amazed, really very impressed how you read this chart very fluently. Sometimes faster than I see something, but you have different style of marking areas, and this is what I like. You know what you are doing. Yes, it's definitely you are not guessing, and you know where to mark something. I'm just impressed. Yes, that 3 losses and 2 wins. It's still over 20% in 2 weeks.
Well, thanks, Ed.
Oh,
I
this is
really
great.
enjoyed that. I was out of my comfort zone a bit, but no, I'm glad I did it.
Yes, that's why we are doing this in small group. Yes, and I know that this is not easy. I remember my first time, first month with webinars as a geoscalper.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I was so stressed. Really, every time 5 minutes before Zoom, need to visit toilet, something like this. Yes, it's a very stress thing. And now in smaller group, it's way better. And yeah, thank you, Alex. It was
Thank you very
great
much.
session.
No
No,
worries. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Sorry if it was a bit slow and stuff at times.
No, this was analyzing is fresh market. It was very good one. And yeah, I found why I took a loss, and it's very good. Okay, thank you guys. I'll just go to render this and upload with some
Okay.
cuts from the beginnings, and yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Yeah, see you
Bye-bye.
on Tuesday.
Thank you. Same
Thank
to
you very much.